YouTuber. You
YouTube ski.
What's up? What's up? Hey yo, so I never mentioned this real quick. The name of my channel is FIFA Rory. FIFA stands for Forever in Faith, Amen. I don't play soccer. Rory, that's just incorporating the speed. You know what I'm saying? Running speed. FIFA Rory, and I got a clothing brand called Fafari. So Fafari, FIFA Rory sound kind of same. But yeah, that's what FIFA Rory came from. Today we're gonna be talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to not be good at the craft. It's okay to not be good at doing something at first. It's okay. You gotta give yourself that grace. At the beginning we wanna start off on the mountain, but you know what I'm saying, before you get to the top of the mountain, you at the bottom of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be the best at your craft or your whatever you're doing at the beginning because it's the beginning. And a lot of people don't like to try new things because they don't got that thing in them. You gotta be mediocre at first. It's okay to be mediocre. Mediocre is gonna be pretty good okra. You know what I'm saying? I don't even eat okra, but I could go for some okra right now. And you gotta suck. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to suck. You suck. I suck. At the beginning of doing something, we gonna suck at it. We're not gonna be good at it, and it's okay because it makes sense. How am I gonna be the best runner if I don't give myself a humble view about running? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm a novice runner. If I'm a beginner runner, my goal shouldn't be to run a 5K at 17 minutes. That don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Then you end up running a 5K in 21 minutes, and now you quit running because you didn't meet 17 minutes. That's insanity. That's kind of wild style. You just gotta know where you at. It's okay to suck. You know what I'm saying? We all want to do great things. We all want to be great, but you know what I'm saying? Where you at right now is great. You know what I'm saying? It's my second YouTube video. Like, I suck. You know what I'm saying? This sucks. I did a whole 20-minute video about an hour ago, and it sucked horribly. The audio was horrible. I had to bring my recording microphone here. I was doing it on the microphone that I have right there. That microphone sucks. I tried to use my phone on a voice recorder, and that sucked. I sucked. This sucked. I was upset at once I heard the audio in that video, I was like, this sucks. And going to do this video, my battery died for my stabilizer. My battery died, so I had to spend 40 minutes charging that and only got one battery life. That sucked. This video is just about it's okay to suck. It's okay to be mediocre at first. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give yourself that grace. It's not always gonna come together at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody so tuned into the destination that they forget about the journey. Nah, the journey is the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody went to the destination with the fireworks, the confetti, the people screaming your name, and all that kind of hoopla. Before you get there, you gotta go through the journey. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through the suck. You gotta go through the suck stage. Like, everything is gonna, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of races, 5K, 10K. You know what I'm saying? You start feeling good, but it's about to start to suck. It's about to get horrible. It's about to get sucky. It's about to suck. It's about to suck. You gotta go through it. You gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental suck. The mental suck is, yo, I know it's gonna get hard. I know everything not gonna be peachy creamy always. You gotta have that mentality at the beginning of everything you do. Like, hey, some things not gonna go right. Some things are just not gonna go right because we got something planned in our head, but that's not how it's gonna be in reality. That don't make sense, you know what I'm saying? Just like when I did the video earlier, my battery was dead for my thing, and I didn't expect that, but that sucked, but I had to go through it. I had to charge it for 30 minutes just to get one battery, not complaining. But I had to go through that, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things we gotta go through in this sucky process. It's okay, it's gonna be sucky. It's okay. It is okay, but the thing about it is you got to start. A lot of people don't like to start new things because it sucks at the beginning. They don't want to be the weakest link. I remember when I first started playing football, I sucked. I just was fast. I was a sucky little 8-year-old that ran fast. I didn't have no knowledge of what to do. I didn't have good footwork. I just could run fast. That was it. You know what I'm saying? In this space right now, I'm running like my first 10K, I ran it in 49 minutes. That sucked. That sucks to me. I'm saying that's a bad time, you know what I'm saying? But it sucked. My training sucked. Like I said in the last video, I was just riding my skateboard, thinking that was gonna correlate in my fitness. It did it. It sucked. I sucked. But it was okay. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. Like, because I know sometimes you just gotta lock in, you gotta tap in, you gotta look, you gotta get that magnifying glass and zoom in. You gotta zoom in on what sucked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't suck. I don't suck, but it's certain things about that 10K race. Like, it's certain things about that race that sucked. But it wasn't me. It was my training. It was my pace. It was the endurance. It was the mental battle. Those things sucked. And that was the first time I ran a 10K was 2 years ago. And now it still sucks, but I'm getting better at those. That magnifying glass, I got a little bit better at the pace. Got a little bit better at the fitness, the training, you know what I'm saying? Got a little bit better with the endurance and all that stuff I was saying. Like, You just gotta get that magnifying glass and see what's really sucking in, like what's really sucking in your life. You know what I'm saying? You don't suck, I don't suck, but we got certain sucky things about us, and it's not about us. It's about our habits, our lifestyle, our routines. Like we just gotta really lock in and see what sucks. You know what I'm saying? This is not only a video about running. It's a video in general. Like you gotta lock in and see, like, okay, something sucks here. Like, and it's me, and I'm smelly. What? You know what I'm saying? It's just like we want to be right here, but everybody's not good with being at the bottom. Everybody want at the mountaintop view, but nobody want to be right here at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's just like steps. You don't go from the first floor to the second floor. No, it's steps. You know what I'm saying? You gotta then you get to the top floor. Then you can start walking around and, you know what I'm saying, meandering. Second floor. You don't just get to the second floor. No, you got goals in mind. You know what I'm saying? Your goal is to get from the first floor to the second floor. But in between those goals, you need steps. You know what I'm saying? You need the steps to get there. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to suck at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Start that thing. Start that new thing. Start that whatever you got to start. Start it. It's gonna suck. You got to give yourself that space. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the mindset, hey, people are not going to know about this page. People are not going to know about my business. So, of course, it's going to be a sucky stage where I'm not getting that much views, or like I'm not getting traffic, or I'm not getting that much sales. It's okay because it's the beginning. It's the beginning. So, and at that beginning stage, there's something beautiful about it because you learn something about yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's so much beauty in the starting of something because that's the bottom layer. That's the foundation. As long as your foundation right, you good. The foundation is, hey, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be whack. It's gonna be mediocre. The audio is gonna be bad. My camera, you know what I'm saying? There's certain components that you're gonna need, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning process. And one of the key component in starting something new is just knowing that it's not gonna be good at first. Knowing that you're not gonna be good at first. You just not. Like, you can have some talent with it, but the whole full scale of it is just not gonna be there because you just started. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? When I first started running, like, I remember like when I first ran my first 10K, that was my first run. It was the Cooper River Bridge run. And I didn't know anything. I didn't know about pacing myself. I didn't know about the mental battle for real. You know what I'm saying? I was stopping and walking and stuff like that. Like, it was just a lot of hurdles that I had to get over. But the thing about it is, you won't know about those hurdles that you got to get over until you know that it's actually a hurdle, that it's actually something there that I got to overcome. And the beauty of overcoming these things are, you know what I'm saying, it's part of the journey. That's what makes the destination more beautiful. You just look back like, hey, I really made it here.
Here you have me. Here you have me trying to remain calm because my stabilizer just died. This sucks.
Yeah, so I know y'all see it. Hey, you got a different outfit on. What's up? Because I actually did that first part of the video probably like 8 hours ago. A lot has changed within the past few hours. I went on my first run, 5 days. I heard from plantar fascia. I don't know if I talked about it already, but that's what I did. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm tapping back in. But yeah, you gotta allow yourself to suck. You gotta allow yourself to be sucky. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, it's gonna happen. And you gotta expect it. You gotta expect it at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And with consistency is gonna get rid of all the mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? What separates a lot of people in their field is what they doing when ain't nobody watching. What you doing when nobody watching? What your training looking like? What your habits looking like? What you eating? You a big double burger?
They sound similar.
You a big double burger, huh? You like the big double burger with the large fry? Oh, you got money. You got money. Yeah, worry about it. It's about the stuff you consistent with. What you consistent with. What you plan on being consistent with. You gotta love consistency. You gotta love the grind. You gotta love the hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take endurance. You gotta keep your head down and keep marching forward. Rainy days, or you don't got your running shoes out on the rainy days. You ain't outside because it's raining. Man, built, bruh. You gotta be built for it. You gotta love this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's raining. It's cold. It's too hot. Somebody told me one time it was always gonna be too something. Too hot, too cold, too white, too black, too green, too red. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be too something. Don't let
Don't be a two something. Don't be a two something. There's always gonna be two something. It's always gonna be adversity. But what you gonna do in the adversity? You know what I'm saying? When you face to face with adversity, you gonna back up or you gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stand 10 toes about what you standing 10 toes about. But yeah, just allow yourself to not be good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow yourself that grace. You gotta allow that. Because that's when the beautiful things happen, when you being real. You got to know what you get into. Like the Bible say, count the cost. You got to count the cost no matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can't just start building something and you run out of money. Then them boys going to be like, oh, snap. He built something, but he didn't finish. And it's going to be on display for everybody to see. Now, then them boys going to turn your McDonald's into a Dunkin' Donuts. You started something as a McDonald's, but somebody else got an idea, and they can use that frame. They can use that foundation. They can use that foundation. I'm boy put a Dunkin' Donuts on your McDonald's. Ain't no McChicken flipping out of there. There's a bunch of donuts. You're gonna do it on a donut. Put my phone out. It's gonna be a whole lot of unorganization. You know what I'm saying at the beginning. It's gonna be a whole lot of stuff that you can look at and be like, okay, I see what I'm doing here, and I can help. I can build on this. You know what I'm saying? Like earlier, I was using my phone. No, I got a microphone on there that ain't worth nothing. That sucks. It sucks. You are not doing your job well. You know what? Just look at it. It's like not doing this job. Like the audio on that is trash. I should take that thing right off your head. I should snatch that wig right off you. I should snatch your wig right off you. That microphone is trash. So I had to use this one right here. It's not a recording microphone. I had to make an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? I found the trash and I took the trash out. Oh yeah, that's a microphone right there. It's not gonna be doing nothing for me no more. I'm about to take it off. Get a new one. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the process. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the Colorado Buffaloes. Coach Prime the first year, he had a lot of people, even coaches and players. They was mediocre. They wasn't ready for the lights. They wasn't ready for the big time. They wasn't ready for the eyeballs. Oh, you ain't ready? Second year, you gotta go.
We got a few positions already taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage with me. And it's Louis. Okay.
After the first year, you gotta go. You gotta make arrangements. You gotta look and see what's going on. You gotta look behind the scenes. You gotta look at what's really going on and be like, okay, this is good. This sucks. We gotta get rid of this thing that sucks. You know what I'm saying? We can't let this thing spread. We can't let this sucky attitude spread. You gotta nip it at the bud. You gotta nip it at the bud. You know what I'm saying? I had to nip that camera, that microphone at the bud. I'm not using this audio. It's picking up audio from me right now, but I'm not using that audio. I'm using this audio. You know what I'm saying? Because this will work. You know what I'm saying? Just do it right the first time. So you don't gotta touch it twice. That's what my uncle told me. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch nothing twice. You should never want to touch something twice. So just get it right the first time. But I had to see what sucked, and I had to substitute it. Substitutions are going to be made. You gotta have to make a substitution. You can't complain. Those that complain don't make substitutions. They sit there and let mediocrity reign. I'm not gonna let it reign mediocrity. So this video is not only for runners. It's a general topic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow yourself to be sucky at first to be able to move up to see what it really is. I need to mop my floor. I need to get a swaffer jet. So for today's Bible verse, we're going to rock with Luke 14:28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, setteth not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest haply after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Whatever you build in life, whatever you build, whatever you put your hands to, you gotta have that spirit, that spirit of finishing. A lot of people start a lot of stuff, a lot of granular stuff, things that would have been great, but they didn't have that spirit to finish it. They didn't have finishing it in mind. You gotta count the cost no matter what you do. Make sure you counting the cost at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? While you planning, that's like the blueprint. You gotta have your blueprint. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be jumping in waters and you can't even swim. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, if I can't touch the ground, if my feet can't touch the ground, I ain't getting in that water and swimming in it. You gotta make sure you can touch the ground before you swim in that water. Once you're in that deep water, you gotta swim, bro. You gotta swim. You know, your feet ain't gonna touch that ground, no 15, 20 feet water. You gotta swim. You gotta count the cost no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? Count the cost. If you don't count the full cost, them boys gonna look at you and laugh at you. I'm like, well, I thought you was doing this. What happened to that? And I'm boy gonna mock you. Don't let them boy mark you. You gotta stand on 10. You know what I'm saying? Count the cost. You gotta know what it's going. You gotta know. You gotta see the end from the beginning. You gotta have a plan in mind. You gotta have a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have these things in mind. You can't just go free willy nilly. Word. You gotta count that cost. Getting something that you can't finish. You gotta count that cost at the beginning. The beginning stage. Make sure you count that cost. This your boy FIFA Ferrari, and I'm out like a skunk.